Welcome everybody.
Another great episode of Altascape.
Yes, I'm your host Kate.
And I'm Satori, y'all.
And we have a very controversial topic that we have this show.
Super conch. So that's why we need to put a big disclaimer out there, y'all. Huge disclaimer.
We here at Alternative Escape, we love everyone, all people. Does not matter your color of your skin, sexual orientation, or color of the rainbow that you are oriented with.
If you think you're a Cylon, all power to you. You do you, boo-boo. As long as you're not hurting anybody while you do.
Exactly.
I don't got time for hate.
So that being said, with the loveliest of hearts that we have to talk about the controversial stand-up comedy show of one of our favorite comedians
of all time.
And he is
Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Sticks and Stones on Netflix currently.
Wow.
Or at the time of this taping.
Yes. Sticks and Stones by Dave Chappelle, a Netflix original or special.
Yes.
So
special.
It was very special and it was controversial. Why? Because he made jokes. What? Jokes about everyone and everything.
Okay. Oh no. A man making jokes. No. End of the world. Whatever.
It was an accident. I was having too much fun.
So apparently it's caught on like wildfire and it has had tremendous backlash because people are saying, well, there are a lot of people who are butthurt about it, who are claiming that Dave Chappelle doesn't know comedy anymore, his time has passed, and that he is saying hateful and hurtful things to people and he should be stopped.
But that is just utter nonsense. Why? Because you have so many other persons doing it way long before he did. And still doing it today.
And still
South
doing
Park,
it today.
Anybody? Tosh?
South Park, Tosh.0, these have been controversial comedic mediums, and as time has gone by, there are a lot of people who have developed or have not developed their sense of humor and have not broadened their back. And I'm saying that it's not that people cannot be offended, but this is the world that we are in, and everybody has freedom of speech, and as time goes by, it's going to be a scary place and an unfulfilling place if people are censored for everything that they say.
Right? Because you're supposed to be in the land of the free, the home of the brave, all that good stuff, First Amendment rights. Yes, you can say whatever you want, but apparently not. If you're not of a certain skin color, if you're not of a certain economical high range, right? If you don't have the good network or a big, vast, loudmouth community behind you, it's like you can't.
Or if you're not of a particular sexual orientation, because there are gay comedians who can make jokes about gays, about bisexuals, about anything that they want to. There are rich people who can make jokes about poor people. And it is just very strange that Dave Chappelle, who has been known for outright gangster comedy back in the day, I am just glad that he did not decide to pull back his talent and to pull back his art, because no matter what happens, art is still art. I don't think that he intends on hurting anybody, but back in the day when, in medieval times or whatever, when they used to sculpt nude statues with small penises and all that type of stuff.
Disgusting.
And this can be seen as art, but if you bring it to this modern times and someone says, oh, this is offensive, you should remove them, should you really remove them?
Should you really?
Just because it offends you or offends your eyes, it doesn't mean that it is not art or it is not funny or less funny or anything of that sort.
Well, my question was this. When he gave his comedy, some people laughed and some people didn't, but a vast majority did. He wasn't telling jokes that only one person or within his clique would get. There is such a layer of stereotype that we all know. We are in the Caribbean, but we get his jokes. And it's because some of these stereotypes are just that well known. And he wasn't
Yeah.
saying something that we don't think of ourselves. Don't even try to play that I am this 100% positive person. We all think a little negatively, a little stereotypically, and even a little racially all the goddamn time.
Exactly.
So,
I just find that it is not fair to try to stifle someone's creative display. And I mean, there are tons of people who feel bullied because of their sexual orientation, and they've had a tough life, and people like Dave Chappelle, to them, are persons who create an atmosphere for more hate to be upon them. But I don't agree. I really don't agree. He is saying these jokes because he personally finds them funny, and he literally said he doesn't want to out there offend anybody, but if you click on the show, then it's your fault you clicked on the show, because that's what he was going to do. Just have jokes about people. If you make a joke, it's most of the time it's going to be at somebody else's
it
expense.
will always be at somebody
So,
else's.
do we want to really be a world where we really can't make a joke at all because it's going to offend someone?
Like, is it always gonna be fart jokes? And even that offends people.
Yeah,
No
because someone.
flatulence,
How could you? Oh, how
It's
dare you?
disgusting.
It's disgusting. Why
So
would you do
slapstick,
that?
so we need to like chiwe, like slip on a banana peel and fall. Is that what
No,
it's
but
gonna
that's
come
also
to?
at someone's expense
Oh,
because they got hurt
yeah, they got
sleeping on a
hurt.
banana peel.
You can't laugh at him, he's hurt. No, people, come on. Wiggle that funny bone, relax. I think for me, what it's really showed is where the world is today. That all of these safe spaces and these really thin skin that we got, it's gonna do a lot of negative for comedy. I mean, when, what's her name?
Anything what?
Yeah, when she was out there making all of these vagina jokes, you know, where were people like, oh my god, she can't be saying vagina this and vagina that, and being so ridiculously vulgar. I think Dave brought a lot of good topics to make you think. If you feel offended, what about it really offended you? Was
Yeah.
it something personal that it got to you and it hurt you? I mean, was it something you know from somebody? Like, why did it offend you? Think about it really well. Like,
It's really the climate, as you mentioned. Right now, people are on the edge of their seats, ready to jump at anybody for anything. They want to blame. They want to just direct anger at anyone or anything, shut things down. It's kind of like people deciding to burn books all over again because they don't want to hear any other alternative. They just want it to be just
their narrative.
their narrative. And I am
Their
afraid that with them pushing that type of ideology, that they're going to be the ones who are going to be the new age bullies. They want to choke out, and no one wants to meet in the middle anymore. Even with Kevin Hart, who made those jokes about 10 years ago,
10 years ago.
about if he found out if his son was gay, then he would break a house over his head. And he had to apologize for this 10 years later when it was simply just a joke. It wasn't aimed at anybody specifically.
The intention behind it wasn't to say, I hate gays so much, gays suck. It's not like he KKK'd this thing. It
Yeah.
was a joke.
It was really a
The
joke.
intention behind it was a joke.
Yeah, I think that people are very, they will look for something where it doesn't necessarily exist. So we really have to be careful about this, guys. I am all for power to you being yourself. If you are gay, if you are lesbian, if you are confused, it's a tough time. Sometimes transitioning is really tough. And this world is not fair. It's not fair at all. However, you need to try to find that not all things are bad, not everything is black and white, and a joke is a joke. And if Dave Chappelle felt that he had anything to apologize for, he would have. He's a very straight shooter. He may be crass, but he is not a devil. He likes poking at things that actually exist. And if you really look at it, he pokes at it because he knows that it is not fair, unbalanced, or uneven, which is underlying
In everything, really.
yeah, in everything, in all
Make
of
you
this.
really think.
Because I certainly am of the point, if because he gave his poor joke and everybody laughed,
Everybody.
but just like for some people that you don't have a choice whether you're gay or straight or whatever, I don't think anybody has a choice to be poor, but it's still a joke and everybody laughs, right?
So are the economically disabled about to jump on the bandwagon and be like, oh, take this out, take it off Netflix. He shouldn't be making money from this. Ban his shows. Boycott. No, they're not. And nobody's standing up for their rights.
Exactly. Sometimes, guys, you gotta have tough skin, thick skin, and just understand that the world isn't fair, but you have to be stronger in this world and you have to be able to take a joke.
Take a joke, guys. But not just that. I think the next thing people are going to be writing in the comments is, oh, but you wouldn't know. You don't know. You haven't had my experience. I'm a woman. I've had
Yes.
some kind of uncomfortable male experience in my life. It has happened.
Just for being a woman, just for being of this
Let
gender.
me tell you, this is a dangerous thing to have at any age or any century.
Yes.
But am I letting it dictate my life and not being able to take a good joke? I'm going to take that joke.
Exactly.
Right? It is what it is, and life is as life is. So how you take it, or how you've been taking that joke, might just, you need a little introspection. You need to look into yourself and figure out, is he really being a BASTRD, or are you just being really sensitive?
Yes. So, guys, what are your thoughts about it? I would really love to find out what you think about it. We don't have time for hate or haters, but if you don't like what we said, let us know. If you agree, let us know as well.
Yeah,
but
we're always open for a good discussion.
Exactly. But we'll have love for everybody, all people. We love stuff that's different. We're Alternative Escape.
Yeah.
And that's all the time that we have.